Is it always a good idea to cut the cord on cable? What if you start streaming and find you don't like it, or you can't watch the channels that you want?
We're very pro cord cutting here at Frugal Rules, so when viewers ask us whether or not they should cut the cord on cable, we usually tell them yes.
Usually, but not always. Sometimes cutting cable isn't the best choice. Before you get out the scissors, you gotta do the math. Maybe you live somewhere where cable is the only option.
Yeah, or you have an internet plan that caps your streaming data. Or maybe switching to streaming TV services causes you to lose channels you really care about.
And that's really the key with streaming versus cable, knowing what matters to you. No matter what you decide, you can still spend less.
Yeah, hang on with us to the end for tips on how to slash your TV bill, even if you've decided not to cut cable TV.
I was talking with a friend the other day about our Discovery Plus review, and she stopped me mid-sentence to ask me what streaming was. Now, I believe there really are no stupid questions. If that's you, you might want to watch our video on how to cut the cord first. It'll help you understand the bigger picture of what we're talking about here. But if you know what streaming is, you won't be surprised to learn that more people chose to replace cable with live TV streaming services in 2020 than any other year on record. TechCrunch reported that by 2024, there will be nearly 50 million households that will be subscribing to streaming TV services.
Now that is pretty significant, but there are still more people that have cable than do not. Nearly 80 million households still have cable or satellite. Viewers often tell us they're paying $200 to $250 a month for cable. That makes me want to pull my hair out, but since I don't have any, I usually just scream. They'll ask a question you might be asking right now: is streaming cheaper than cable? Most of the time the answer is yes.
But not always, John. There are at least 3 legit reasons for some people not to cut the cord. The first reason is they don't have a contract. One of the biggest benefits of streaming TV services is that they don't have contracts. You can start and stop your service whenever you want. You can even pause your service for a day, a week, a month, or longer, and then resume it when you want without having to sign up again and without losing your viewing history and preferences. It's a huge advantage over cable, and it's one of the things we cover in our top 5 streaming services video, which you should definitely check out.
Yeah, Nicole, but some people have been with their cable or satellite company long enough that they are no longer in a contract. They can cancel with no penalty, and they're paying a reasonable rate. If you're paying less than $110 a month, which is the average cable bill, and you're happy with your service, the channels you get, what you record, and the number of screens you can watch on for the price you're paying, there may be no advantage to a streaming service. And that's the second reason it might just make sense to stay with cable. You could lose something by switching. If you're paying $40 a month for reliable service on every TV in your house and get all the channels you want, switching to a live TV streaming service could cause you to lose a channel you love or a feature. Depending on which live TV streaming service you choose, you may not be able to watch every TV in your home.
Yeah, or switching to streaming could cause you to incur data streaming cap fees, or your experience could be bad based on where you live. You may not have reliable, high-speed internet where you live. If that's the case, streaming a show could be far more frustrating than your cable bill. Seeing the spinning wheel of death right as your team is about to score is awful. No one wants to miss the big moment. And if you don't have reliable service, streaming could cause you to miss out. You might live somewhere where cable really is the best option.
And if that's the case, you can still save money on your cable bill. When was the last time that you called your cable company to ask for a discount? We have cable internet and call our provider every 6 months like clockwork to ask for a discount. 90% of the time, we're able to save at least $10 a month on our bill. Sometimes it's closer to $20 or more. While that's not a ton, it is money back in our pockets to spend on something else we care about. So if you do decide to stick with cable, make sure you're getting it for the lowest price possible. You may be able to save $25 a month by switching to a different package and still get all of your favorite channels.
Yeah, and that money-saving tip actually applies to streaming too. I was always taught that you should never pay full price if you don't have to, and that you can almost always get a deal. That's true of streaming services. Many popular cable alternatives offer sign-up specials that reduce the monthly price or throw in an antenna or another perk for free. Hulu offered me a deal during the first week of January to get Hulu for $1.99 a month for a year. We like Hulu, so I snagged it.
Yeah, and you also like Disney Plus, which we all know. So for the past 2 years, you've signed up for their annual plan, which gives us the streaming service for $79.99 a year. Since the monthly rate was $7.99, the deal gave you 2 months free. But another important tip to save on streaming is to set a streaming budget. Once you cut the cord and see just how easy it is to stream, you might sign up for more services than you need. Without realizing it, you could end up spending close to, if not as much, as you were with cable. Setting a streaming budget is the best way to avoid this. Decide how much you can and want to spend on TV each month. Then look for the best way to maximize your streaming dollars.
Yeah, and that hunt starts with knowing what channels matter most to you. Get out a piece of paper and write down your must-haves. What can't you live without? If it's ESPN, the best way to watch ESPN without cable is Sling Orange for $35 a month. If it's HGTV and other lifestyle networks, choose Philo for just $20 a month.
Yeah, those are both live TV streaming services, but maybe you don't need live TV. Maybe on-demand content will do it for you. In that case, you could look at services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Discovery Plus. If you're not sure which one to pick, our video on Netflix versus Hulu versus Disney Plus will help you decide. The key is to find the combination of packages that gives you the channels and features you want for the lowest possible price.
If you're worried about losing local channels, don't be. An antenna is all you need to watch all your local channels free for life. They're super easy to set up and use. So, are you ready to cut the cord? There's one more thing you must remember to do, and that's to change your mindset. One of the biggest mistakes people who have had cable for a long time make when they cut the cord is not ditching the cable mindset. People think of streaming services like cable contracts, and they forget that they can pause, stop, and start streaming services whenever they want. And that's exactly what you can and should do to maximize your savings.
We love football, college, and NFL. So in the fall, we move up to a service like Sling Orange plus Blue or Hulu Live to make sure we can watch all of our favorite games. When the football season is over, we go down to Sling Orange. And we keep an eye on our streaming subscriptions to make sure we're using what we're paying for and take advantage of deals to make sure we're getting the best price.
If you follow these tips, you can keep the cord or cut the cord with confidence, knowing you're getting value for your money. And that's really what it comes down to, making the decision that's right for you. Let us know what that is in the comments below. What's your opinion? Is there ever a time to keep cable?
How do you watch TV? Let us know how we can point you in the right direction and save you more money. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you can get all of our new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.